Jean-Michel Basquiat was a self-taught, groundbreaking American artist who rose to fame in the 1980s. His art had a wonderfully scribbly and energetic quality to it, which is really fun to imitate, especially if you try to draw yourself this way. Hi, my name's Kathy, and I've been teaching kids how to draw for over 20 years now. My favorite thing to do is to show students that when you take things one step at a time, learning how to draw just might be easier than you think. I recommend using these supplies if you want to get your best results for this project. They are watercolor paper, a pencil, a few crayons, oil pastels, liquid watercolor paint and brush, and a cup for the paint. You can also find a link to a free step-by-step tutorial in the description below. The first thing we need to do for our drawing is to make a very large circle pretty much in the middle of the page. I like to start in the center and draw one half and then go back and draw the other side. That usually gets me my best results. Now go down to add 2 lines for the neck and very simple shoulders, just square lines that go across and down. The next step is to draw the eyes. They're also very simple, just like 2 lemon shapes, but do make them really big like this, and then finish with a dot in the middle. The mouth comes next. Draw the straight line and the curve underneath, and then add the lines inside for the teeth. 2 simple ears are added to the side of the head. I'm adding some lines on the head for hair. Do feel free to add more or less, or make them longer or shorter. Finally, Jean-Michel was fond of drawing crowns, so let's add one above our head. Now we're going to move on to some tracing. So take a black crayon and start going over your drawing. You can do this quickly. It does not have to be precise at all. When the black crayon is done, then find a lighter crayon and trace over everything again. You might want to put the line right next to the black so it's sure to show up. Now we can move on to the painting. So I'm going to take some of that yellow liquid watercolor paint and fill in the crown so it's nice and bright. That body shape is going to be filled in with orange and red paint to give it a warm quality. So just start painting randomly with some orange blotchy shapes. After the orange is done, then get some red paint and fill in the rest of the body. You'll notice that when the colors touch each other, they'll run together, which is kind of cool. And when you go over those crayon lines, they're going to kind of pop out, which is also cool. So feel free to just get experimental here. It does not have to be precise or carefully done. All right, if we fill the background now with cool colors, then that will contrast really nicely from the body shapes. So I'm starting with green and just kind of quickly going around the head and around the crown. You'll see those crayon lines will pop out a little more here. I'm trying to get lots of color on my paper without making puddles, but I'm not worried if anything bumps together. It's kind of cool if we have some splotchy things happen. So fill it in until you think it's about halfway done, and then stop, and we'll go to the next color. We can get out our other cool color now, the blue, and start filling in the rest of the background. And here's what that looks like when the blue is all filled in. All right, after our paint is dry, we're going to make one more round of tracing. So get out that black oil pastel and go over all of those lines once more, pressing hard so we get a big black line. As cool as the drawing looked before, this black edge just kind of makes everything pop off the page even more. So go over the body, go over the hairlines, and go over those eyes and then the teeth. You'll see it gives everything a much more of a bold look. Here's one more thing that Jean-Michel liked to add to his paintings. He liked to add his favorite doodles around the background. So get out some of those oil pastels and then just start randomly drawing things, maybe your favorite shapes, stars, hearts, whatever, but draw them all around the background. Finally, we just need to finish by adding our name to our artwork. You know, I really love the kind of messy quality of projects like this, and I think we have Jean-Michel Basquiat to thank for that. Hey, if you like this project, then check out my website for more art history lessons, including one for Picasso and one for Modigliani. I hope you try those out too, and I hope you keep on drawing and painting.